Andre. After 2 weeks or more than 2 weeks off the ice, how would you describe how the group looked today, fitness-wise, everything?
Well, there's a lot of rust, that no doubt about it. But the energy was good. The body language was good. The guys were excited. A lot of smile up there. So that was good to get back at it. The effort was good. So it was as expected after 14 days without nobody skating. But it's positive so far.
As a coach and as a coaching staff, what are you guys looking to accomplish over the next few days before you head to the Edmonton bubble?
It's a good question, Mark. We first of all, we want to make sure we stay away from injury if possible. Knock on wood. We want to make sure our guys had time to get their rhythm this morning. So we went with a lot of execution, some skating, but not a lot of battles. This afternoon, we'll have a little bit more battles, get in our system a little bit. Tomorrow morning, we'll work on our special team, and then we'll have our inter-squad game tomorrow night. So we hope in the next 3 or 4 days to pick our team, to make our selection, and then from there, it will be all about preparation in terms of team play, structure, habits, and stuff like that.
Hello, Barry. You got 5 goalies, 2 nets, 2 games. What's your plan to evaluate those guys? How's it going to look?
We need another one. Do you want to come, Sam? You want to be
ready.
The 6th one? You're ready? Okay, good. We will have a team. We'll have 3 goalie. We'll play a period each, and the other team will have 2 goalie. We'll play a half game each. So, the position of goalie, it's the tough one because, it's tough to. A player every game could get 15, 20 minutes of ice time, and it's enough for him to get his rhythm. Goalie, you want more ice time to get your rhythm. So if you look at the schedule, what they did before the quarantine, we'll have 2 game here. After we'll have two prep game against Sweden, 1 against Russia, and then it's a tournament. So it's not a lot for goalies. For a player, I think at the end of the day, it would be about 6 game to before the tournament. I think will be they will have some rhythm, but for the goalie, it's a challenge. So we need to be careful with that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sam.
Thanks, Sam. Our next question is from John Abbott with TSN Radio.
Andre, good to see you. Glad your group is out and about as it is, and yet. Boy, tough news for 5 guys today. As you reflect on those players and what they went through and what they were hoping to go through for you further, how do you react to that today?
I think we all are broken. It's a tough news. Those guys behave like pros. Even when we broke the news to them yesterday, they kept their head up and they had really strong message for their teammates. So they behave like pros. So It's tough. We hope will have been great for them to be with us, but in the circumstance, it was the right decision for us.
And just a quick follow-up, obviously the NCAA guys weren't even able to practice with you, so that's changed now. Do you expect to use them as much as possible? And I guess 2 of them are returning players to your camp, so maybe that's a positive viewpoint?
They were good this morning. The 3 of them, I think Levi was pretty good. Same thing for Dylan and Nui. I think they're really good players. So we're happy to have them finally with the rest of the group, and they had a presence this morning in the practice. So I'm sure that will keep building during the week.
Thanks, Andre.
Thanks, John.
Our next question is from Moses Woldu, Global News.
Hi, Coach.
Hey, Moses.
I wanted to just ask, because Scott Solomon earlier this morning said if you guys had to, in a pinch, pick 25 players, your roster today, you could do that. But obviously this week is an opportunity for you to see players who could play in. Just curious to know your number. Do you feel that out of the players you have, are you committed to, say, half and there's still another 12 or 13 spots available? How would you quantify that in number-wise?
It's every coach or every year I've been coaching or working for a team. the coach always want a little bit more time. Wish he'll have one more game, one more practice, one more day, one more week. It's always like that. So it's a little bit, I'm sure Sammy been around the game long enough. At some point, if you ask the coach, he will always want more time. So I'm not different than any other coach. I wish we'll have a lot of time to evaluate our player, but in reality, at some point, we will need to pick. So pick today, tomorrow, or in 3 days. The situation may, or I should say will change, because some guys will probably, because the margin between the players is so thin. It's so thin. At some point, one good performance, one bad performance, the order will shift. So we will make our selection when it will be the right time, and that will be the team who will feel comfy at this time and point. But every year, it's if you look in every league, there's a reason why there's call up and there's trade or stuff like that. We will pick the best team at that moment, the team we feel we're comfortable, and who will be really happy, because right now we're looking all the player, all the scenario, and we love what we see.
Is it going to change a little bit? Just knowing that you only have a week compared to, say, 3 weeks. So you guys kind of threw that blueprint that you may have had going into this out the window.
Yeah, if you can tell me what will have been the scenario if we will have play, I can tell you if that will change or not. But that's something we don't know. So that I don't know if will change compared to what. So maybe compared to what we think today. In 3 days, yes, it might be different for sure, because we're not locked on anything. Like I said, there's a lot of tight race. So we'll see in a few days.
Our next question is from Adam Kimmelman, NHL.com.
Hi, Andre. Just wanted to clarify something. Are you going to do one intra-squad game or two? And when will they be played?
We'll do two. We'll do tomorrow night and Thursday night. I'm a little bit confused in the day, so that's why I took a little pause. But tomorrow night is Wednesday, and Thursday night as well. So those are the two games.
And I'm sorry, just as a follow-up, does the option exist for you guys to bring a couple of extra players into Edmonton and continue to evaluate during the pre-tournament games and then send guys home? Or do you have to have your roster set before you arrive in Edmonton on the 13th?
It's a really good question, but I don't know for sure the answer of your question. I will tell you, we never talk about bringing extra guy in Edmonton. So our plan is to build our team, select our team, have our 25 player named this week, and moving forward with that. So I don't know if it's possible. I'm not saying it is not possible, but we want to get down to our team. We want to get down to our special team. We want to get down to our team cohesion and all of it. So we as much as we are excited about the process right now and all the selection and the player evaluation, that is one step. The next step is building our team and fighting for one in each other. And we're looking forward for that step as well, because right now the guy beside me is the guy who might steal my job. That's the training camp. That's the way it is. So we want to get over that and get in the team mode.
Thanks, Andre.
Thank you.
Thanks, Adam. Our next question is from Julia Robenheimer, Elite Prospects.
Hey, Andre, I have a couple questions for you. One is, how did you guys use the quarantine to help you guys get better, whether it be like a coaching staff or even the work you did with your players, or even how you might have been able to use the time to do what you just said and come together more as a team?
We did a lot of things. Like I heard a few players talked in some interview and said they were pretty busy, and we did want to find a balance between being busy and having some time for themselves. We for sure did some training, some workout, spinning, yoga, different stuff like that. But we did as well a few motivational. We had guest speaker talking about mental toughness or talking about adversity and We had the women's soccer team who talked about the adversity they had to go through when the Olympic got postponed. So a lot of guest speaker like that help us a lot. And we had as well a few activity so the player could have fun, a few tournament online and stuff like that. So player can have some interaction and have fun with each other.
So you guys were able to kind of quarantine together. You didn't have to individually isolate.
No. We were individually isolated, but we were on Zoom. We were doing a lot on Zoom, basically. We did a few tournament online and tournament of different stuff, and we did a lot of Zoom call with guest speaker and stuff like that. But the player were in their own room, and they never left their room.
Okay. And so then as a follow-up to that, what are your thoughts on the protocols and the procedures that everybody from Hockey Canada to the IIHF to, the Canadian government has put on participation in this tournament, and that they're taking this very seriously, and just your thoughts on how it's going and moving forward as you get into the Edmonton bubble.
I think that's the same philosophy for me since the beginning. It's you tell us what we have to do and we'll do it. We want to play hockey. So like I said, you tell me whatever you want. And they told us what they wanted. And Chelsea Stewart and the Doc and Scott Salmon worked extremely hard on it. They were relentless and resilient on it. And they did a really good job. And they arrived and they said, that's the plan. So there's no arguing from us. That's the plan. We'll do it. And we want to be safe. We want our player to be safe, and we want to do whatever it takes to be part of that tournament. So for me, it's like I said earlier, focus on what you can control, and what I can control is respecting the rules. So that's what I do.